Hello, welcome to Two Limes 11 podcast. Spoiler warning already. If you've not seen Jurassic Park, then stop the podcast right now, go give it a watch, and come back. If you haven't seen Jurassic Park, that is a bit of a worry, but don't worry about it. Come back and we'll have a chat about it in a minute.
Are we having theme music? Like, how do we... Is it just start with us talking?
Yeah, Dave's going to do us some, like, a jingle, I think.
Dave.
Nah.
Danielle.
Two Limes
11.
Hello, my name is Dave. I'm joined with Nat, whose favourite dinosaur is...
The raptor. But only in this one.
I'm also joined by Danielle, and whose favourite dinosaur is...
Give me 2 seconds. I have to look up dinosaur types because I don't know them.
Oh, no.
We'll get into that.
Just say T-Rex.
No, a T-Rex is not my favorite. It's one of those with, like, the thing on the back of their head.
Dilophosaurus.
Did you not watch Jurassic Park?
Parasaur.
No, the thing with the thing on the back of its head. I think that's right. Maybe the Triceratops, but I feel like there's a B one. Oh, I like the Stegosaurus, too. Maybe the Triceratops.
And I am your host, Dave, whose favourite dinosaur is the T-Rex. I love the little T-Rex, his little face, his little tiny arms. Can't get enough of him. So, like always, let's just figure out what we've been consuming this week. So that could be food, film, game, anything that you've been up to this week. So, Natalie, what's been on your list of things you've been up to?
So this week I finished the book Sunrise on the Reaping, which is part of the Hunger Games series.
Yawn.
And it wasn't yawn. It was very good. It follows Haymitch and his games that he was the victor of. So it gives you a lot of insight into what went on with him and how he met Effie originally and things like that. So it was actually very interesting. I enjoyed it.
Do you think that would be better than the film they made, the prequel? Do you reckon they should have done this?
The songs of whatever and
Ted,
whatever. I didn't like that film, no. But they are making a movie.
Did you read the book of that one?
I didn't read the book of that, so that might be better. But I didn't enjoy the film, so then I was like, well, I won't read the book. But yeah, they are making a movie of this one, and I will definitely go and see it because I really enjoyed the book.
Nice. You're the second good review I've heard of that, from a person.
Oh, good.
I've put that on my TBR.
What about you, Danielle? What have you been doing?
I have been watching a show on Amazon this week called The Summer I Turned Pretty.
I've seen that.
It's been on for a couple years now, and it never really appealed to me, in spite of the fact that it's got a lot of Taylor Swift in the music in it. But they're on the 3rd season now. They're currently releasing it, and there were a couple of scenes that I kept getting TikToks on, and I was like, oh, I should just go back and watch the series from the beginning. So the first season, I've been kind of binging it. The first season was very cute. They're all teenagers, and the main character is struggling because she's in love with 2 brothers that are very close to her family. And then it goes off the rails a bit further. Like, I've kind of moved into hate watching it because all the characters are making really dumb decisions by season 3. But
I've seen season 1 and I've started season 2, but I'm like halfway through the first episode and I literally hate the main character. So I'm like, I don't know whether to continue it or not.
Like I said, I enjoyed it from a fact of I just wanted to see how many dumb decisions people would make.
How stupid these people are.
The thing I liked most about the first season was the main character's mother and her best friend. And it made, I was like, oh, I want to see a show of them. And maybe it's just because I'm older now, whatever. But it was like these 2 women who met in college and were rich enough to spend every summer together at a beach house. And that just seemed very nice to me.
How about you, Dave?
So speaking of, I've just got to hate watch this and just get through it kind of thing. So I've finally caught up to, I'm on episode 891 of of One Piece. So you want to talk about, I've just got to get through it. This is mine. They've hit this place called Island of Wano. I guess if you're a One Piece watcher, I think I deserve like a salute or something because I've made it that far.
How many are there?
How many episodes?
Yeah, how many are out there at the minute?
Is this the Netflix show or is this like a...
No. Netflix shows one season.
Oh, okay.
Yes, this is Japanese animation about a guy who wants to be king of the pirates. That's all you get given. And then there's the Wano, I think it goes up to 1,088 episodes. And that's all BBC iPlayer.
Okay, so you're like 300 episodes behind.
Yes.
Now on to the main event.
Yeah, on to the main event. So that's right. Yeah, we are going to have a look into Jurassic Park. One of my childhood favorites. I don't know about you guys. Did you have any?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Danielle, was you like drawn to this like a moth to the flame?
Well, not really. I mean, I was in high school at the time. I think I read the book first. I didn't hate it. It's a book written by an author, Michael Crichton, who is this like sci-fi thriller writer, and there's a lot from that period. Especially like they made a lot of movies of his stuff. If you look it up, you'd be surprised on the range of things. Like he created the show ER, that long-running hospital show.
Wow.
Yeah.
The more you know. A rundown of the film, if you don't know what Jurassic Park is. Basically, a millionaire decides he wants to bring dinosaurs back to life and put them into a park. But before he can give it out to the public for everyone to see, he gets a collection of different characters in to check on the park and see if it's up to standard. Obviously, being a big, crazy Summer Blockbuster movie, things have to go wrong. Otherwise, it's not going to be that entertaining.
Sorry, real quick question. You guys you're like mega fans of the franchise. In any of the Jurassic Parks, do things not go wrong? Is there ever just like a happy dinosaur movie?
I mean, technically, sometimes in the movies, like Lost World, they're not really in the park. They're on the Site B island. So technically, the park doesn't go wrong in that one.
Yeah, because there is no, the park does go wrong before it's even built in the second one.
Oh, the one in San Diego. Okay, yeah. I don't count that as part of the movie. It's boring.
Yeah, it's that when it goes wrong. So, back to the plot. So essentially, yeah, everything goes crazy and the dinosaurs break out and it's all but sort of fight for survival to get off this island. So that is Jurassic Park. Talking about dinosaur films and stuff, the reason why Spielberg wanted to make this because he had an obsession with dinosaurs when he was a kid and he wanted it to come to life in cinema form and everyone else to see what his views of his love of dinosaurs and really wanted that to be across. Did you, Nat, and Danielle, did you have any sort of love of dinosaurs before the films, or did Jurassic Park, for me anyway, I was like, I love dinosaurs. I went through a whole dinosaur phase after seeing Jurassic Park. I didn't know much about, I knew dinosaurs, but Jurassic Park is the thing that made me go into the sort of the obsession of dinosaurs.
I can't really think of a piece of media before I saw Jurassic Park that I had consumed had dinosaurs in it. I can't really I mean, obviously there's like the old King Kong and things like that, but I don't think I had seen those before I'd seen Jurassic Park, so probably not.
What about isn't there a park near you guys that has dinosaurs? Was that around when you were kids?
Oh no, that was built more recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and some of the dinosaurs in it are from Jurassic Park, so then they're not even like real dinosaurs.
After the film, Danielle, they retired and they came to come along and we can now go visit those dinosaurs.
I didn't find that on the IMDb trivia.
No.
But to be fair, there was a lot of trivia on IMDb, so I didn't get through all of it. As a kid, I didn't have a huge dinosaur fascination. We had a natural history museum in the city that had a T-Rex, like, set of bones, which I think in retrospect I think that probably no actual T-Rex bones are in that. It's all probably made out of plaster. But as a kid, that was pretty amazing because it was, what they think to be life-size in this, hall of dinosaurs.
I think dinosaurs, when I was a kid, I had books on them and stuff, but I was the merchandise Jurassic Park crazy kid. Like, I had T-shirts, I had all the toys. Especially when Lost World came out, I was like, more! Give me more!
Lost World was definitely, I had a bigger love for that than I did the original Jurassic Park. But
Yeah.
I remember seeing Jurassic Park for the first time, whereas I don't remember seeing Lost World for the first time.
And mine's the other way around. Spielberg said he doesn't want it to be a monster movie. That's although they're big giant monsters on screen and stuff, he doesn't want that. He wants them to be seen as animals. So his main kind of goal was to like, you're almost watching them as these sort of majestic, not documentary shots, but like make it people going more in awe than they are going, run away. It's kind of more like, wow, look at this.
Yeah.
This looks realistic kind of thing.
And the dinosaur's actually not in it for that long, funnily enough,
Yeah.
considering it is a dinosaur.
How long are they?
I think it's about 20 minutes.
Wow.
Oh yeah, there you go. Dinosaurs only feature for 15 minutes.
Thinking of the when it was made, it was probably a lot more effort to create than it would be.
Yeah, it's got to be budgetary, yeah. When you think of them compared
Yeah.
to Jurassic World nowadays, the dinosaurs are literally like another character that goes around
Yeah.
with them the whole time. That screen time would be way boosted up.
I don't know, which kind of characters did you like?
Well, my favourite character is Alan Grant.
Yeah.
He holds it all together. Sam Neill, it was probably obviously the first film that I've seen Sam Neill in. Going forward, I always kind of hold him to like that standard, and like I'm like, oh, Sam Neill's in it, so it's probably really good.
It's gonna have dinosaurs in it. It's gonna.
Like I watched like a recent series with him called Untamed, which I think I might have talked about before.
Yeah.
And because it had Sam Neill in it, I was like, oh, well, it's got Sam Neill in it, so it's probably like I will enjoy it.
I got in his way at a Comic-Con once.
Did you?
Yeah, it was like just walking about at the top, and there's like a photo booth session about to start with Sam Neill, and we had no idea. So me and my friend were just kind of just like walking about, standing there looking around, and then like this woman was like, out of the way, like shouting at her voice, like move out of the way. And I was like, all right, calm down, sort of look. And then Sam Neill looks at me like, sorry, like I didn't. You're not in the way. Like, I don't know why she's being so like elaborate with her move out the way.
But also like Jeff Goldblum, obviously. So watching this film, obviously straight after Independence Day, pretty much. I was judging. I was like, is Jeff Goldblum better in this or in Independence Day? And I'd have to go with Independence Day.
I agree. I think the only thing that does him in for the attractiveness on this are those like tinted glasses.
The glass.
I didn't care for those at all. But I feel like in this era of Jeff Goldblum, like he really got typecast as a scientist, but he really pulls it off. Like he has sort of the vocal cadence down, sort of like not really smooth talker. He's kind of like uncomfortable but knows more than anyone else. He was we're not getting into favorite characters, but I thoroughly enjoyed him in this.
I feel like the scene with they're in the car and he's doing the water thing.
Oh, on the back of Ellie's hand. Yeah.
Yeah, on Ellie's hand. As a child, no idea what he was doing. And it's like, seeing it back now, it's like...
Well, his like specialty is like chaos theory, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's trying to like flirt with her and even try and find out, is she with Grant or is she single? And he's trying to like play it like, this is a chance for me to hold her hand kind of thing. And then, because it's not, is it established that them two they are a couple, aren't they? Sam and...
Yeah, Alan Grant does say that they are, yeah.
They have a conversation about kids.
Oh yeah, he's like, do you want one of those at the beginning?
I will say, I read that scene as her flirting back because I had a very hard time that somebody trained as a scientist would be so clueless about what the butterfly effect was.
Yeah.
Like he kind of like talks about the butterfly effect and she's like, what's that? Midway through, like his shirt becomes more and more open as the film goes on.
That's
and
true.
He's wearing this like massive pendant, like a big blue, and then I don't know if you see it later, but in the scene where the T-Rex is like a threat, I could see that, and I was like, oh, what? I don't know about that.
Actually, the Jim Carrey was considered for Ian Malcolm.
Mm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was, but I couldn't picture him as that character.
They were in a movie together, Goldblum and Jim Carrey. It's a film called Earth Girls Are Easy.
Oh, okay.
And they play a couple of aliens that come to Earth, and so they're both like completely covered in fur. It was
Stick it on the list.
I didn't quite understand a lot of the motivation in that T-Rex scene. Okay, but let's get to the first thing I didn't understand. Why does Lex take the light out and start shining the light around?
Because she can't see.
I think it's just like it goes with the fact that children are afraid of the dark. So her go-to is make it brighter because the scary things go away when the light's on. That's the way I see it.
Okay, because she's shining she's shining it like a beacon,
Yeah.
like all over the place. And they have night goggles they've already established they have night goggles.
Yeah, but they're too heavy, so we had to put them down.
Okay, you've kind of convinced me of that.
I would say my granddad would agree with you there, because when I remember watching that with him as a kid, he got so angry with Lex with the light. He would be like, "Turn the light off!" Like you could see the rage in his eyes. Like, and I'm sitting there like, oh, like getting quite nervous because he's like, "Why don't you turn the light off?" I'm like, "Oh, I think she's just scared." I'm like, this like 10-year-old. Like, this is my favorite film, and he's like really angry at this. Like,
yeah.
This girl, stop screaming! Like, why do they always have to scream? And I'm like, it's a T-Rex smashing its head through your like roof of the car. I feel like screaming is a good idea.
Well, to be fair, supposedly, according to this movie, the T-Rex only sees like the movement. So is he even attracted by the screaming?
Yeah. So then Dr. Grant gets a flare, hey, and gets the T-Rex away from the kids' van.
A little bit of trivia there. He injured his arm while waving that flare. A piece of the phosphorus stripped down and got caught under his watch strap and took a big chunk out of his arm.
Oh my god, poor Sam Neill. Oh, so the T-Rex knocks out, like the kids are like deep in the mud in the van now, I think, and Dr. Grant gets a flare out and he throws it over to the side. So the T-Rex starts walking over to the side, away from the van, and then he goes to rescue the kids.
And then Ian gets out.
Yeah, the T-Rex is walking away from them at this point. Why does Ian...
So the way I see that is Ian wants to be like the rock star here. So he's like, anything that Alan can do, I'm going to do it too, because that puts me into like this hero status, because he's obviously so like showboaty all the time. So that's the way I see that he gets out the car, because he's almost like he wants to take some of the credit of it, because Alan, who's pretty much just like a run-of-the-mill guy from like Montana or wherever, has taken that hero moment away from him.
So he's putting his cape on, getting ready to save the day.
Yeah, and then obviously, because Alan knows more, Ian then doesn't know about the fact that you've got to then not move, and then fucks it up.
Well, yeah, it almost gets him killed, and the lawyer would have survived if it weren't for Ian.
Yeah, but the lawyer was an arsehole, right?
He was not the worst of the characters. The kids were kind of shit.
Do you know what my issue with that scene is? Which is completely, like, off the side of this. They're moaning that the people get out of the cars back in the control room, like Samuel Jackson and stuff. They're like, we should have put locks on the doors, blah, blah, blah. Why have you got public toilets outside then?
Yeah, I thought that too.
Maybe that's for maintenance.
But
I do know what you mean, yeah.
There was a lot of signage on the bathroom, so it wasn't like...
just for the workers. So I'm like, stop moaning about them getting out the cars when you've got, like, facilities outside.
Or maybe it's smart. Maybe they know they're supposed to have a lot of kids on these things. Kids have a lot of accidents, so they can make like an emergency stop.
Yeah.
And
well, because it stops. Well, it stopped there all evening, didn't it? Because it stopped.
Because the electric went out because of the storm.
Yeah.
I thought it just stopped there and it was just waiting to get a sight of the T-Rex. But that T-Rex, like, okay, here's the continuity error I need. That's always not continuity, but like the thing everyone says. The T-Rex breaks down the
wall.
The
oh,
fence.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Yeah. Climbs over with his normal size. Well, not normal. He's got massive legs, but not massively long legs. And then there's a whole sequence with the dinosaur and the lawyer gets eaten. And then the car topples over the edge and it falls all the way down into a tree and there's still time to go down. This T-Rex climbed over.
Yeah, there's no way of him getting up there. Unless he scaled the tree that the car falls into.
Yeah. He's got his own, he's climbing up with his tiny little hands, like on a bit of rope. But
also, where was the goat positioned? That there was a piece of floor there. That they were watching the goat in the enclosure.
Yeah.
It is a bit of a plot hole, I'm afraid.
It's a big, massive continuity issue. But it's still cool. I still like it because they're swinging and then the car's going to fall down and they've got to try and grab the rope. It's so exciting. Like, oh, I love that film.
So the reveal of the T-Rex, do you remember, like, how you felt when you first saw that T-Rex moment? Like, they said that they filmed it when I was looking at the information. They filmed it from inside the car, the first actual shot of the T-Rex, so that we were experiencing seeing it inside the car like the characters were.
That's a good way, yeah. Because you see his little head eating the goat, right?
Yeah, eating the goat. And it kind of like, it starts in the car and then kind of pans out the window almost up over the car for then that like money shot of him eating the goat. But I remember when I first saw it, it was just like, oh my God, like all the other dinosaurs you saw in the film so far were nothing compared to that.
It's big. Because it looked real, right? Because it wasn't CGI or stop motion or anything like that. It was like an actual huge puppet that was moving around and eating and stuff. So I was in awe.
I thought the Triceratops also looked a little bit like it was some sort of puppet too, because they got very close to that Triceratops before she like dug her hands into Triceratops shit.
Yeah, that's all she's known. Well, funny enough, there was when they were making it, obviously when they have to draw up plans of what the puppets are going to look like, there was a baby Triceratops scene that they were going to put in with the mum, I think.
Oh, okay.
So they built a whole baby Triceratops. That was like going to be in the movie, but then they just cut the scene instead. It was supposed to like nibble on like Lex's leg when they're looking at the mum one, and they go, "Oh, little baby one." But they were like, "Nah, let's get rid of it. We only want big dinosaurs."
The dung that you were talking about that she put her hands into, fun fact, was made out of clay, mud and straw and then drizzled in papayas and honey to make the flies fly to it.
So it wasn't actually a big ton of shit.
It was not a big pile of shit.
Did she wash her hands after? Nobody knows. So yeah, about the dinosaurs then. Obviously, yeah, they're puppets, right? And for the wide shots, it's all CG. But it was going to be stop. Do you know like Clash of the Titans when it was all stop motion?
Oh, yeah.
It was going to be all that. Looking at it now, it looks a bit dated. But yes, they had these plans to do all these stop motions. So they made all these little armature puppets. They tested it all out and they used loads of sort of, I think it's called Phil Tippett.
Yes. Yeah. He's put down as like the dinosaur handler or something on the credits.
The dinosaur handler. Yeah. So he did all this sort of like go motion stuff to give motion blur and stuff to these dinosaurs moving, like the velociraptors jumping and stuff. And Spielberg, like his son loved it and was like, "Oh, this looks real." But Spielberg was like, something doesn't sit right. It still looks fake. It doesn't look real. So this guy called Dennis Moran came along and made like these skeleton Gallimimus on his computer, and then did like a simple little shot of them running around in Hawaii. And then they added a T-Rex in, and then Spielberg was like, "We're going to do this."
Yeah.
We're going to do it. And that's why those wide shots, you have that CGI. And I was thinking, do you reckon the stop motion, would you be like, I don't know, because stop motion's good, but I feel like that CGI works. Do you think it looks dated now? Or
there was only a few moments in the movie where I was like, actually, that does look dated. The first one that I recognised was when the T-Rex is chasing the car with Jeff Goldblum, Ellie and Muldoon. When he's doing that running after the Jeep, that did look quite like it hadn't dated very well.
CG. Yeah.
There was another one. I think it's the Brachiosaurus sneeze. That was the other one that I was like, ooh, that doesn't look like, because obviously when it's up close and they're being tactile and touching it, it's an animatronic. But then when it does the sneeze, it becomes completely CG.
It's a little hanky.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, back then, obviously with the film grain and stuff, it would look great.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Strangely enough, the thing that I thought was the fakest looking is when they were in the helicopter, because it was clearly like a video screen behind them, and like they were in some sort of room that was being jostled about. Yeah, it looked very fake to me.
I'm not so. They're not even there yet. You're like, I'm not sold. I'm turning it off.
Though there is a nice little Easter egg in that helicopter scene with Alan tying the two ends of the seatbelts together to make a seatbelt, because it doesn't work, because it's the two female ends of the seatbelt that he has, and it's meant to be a metaphor for obviously all the dinosaurs are female, but they still managed to make more dinosaurs.
They worked it out. Life found a way. That's clever. Yeah. Do you know like motion capture? Yeah, I kind of feel like this might have been, I don't know if this was like the first motion capture with dinosaurs, but they did like, because obviously that guy who's done all these puppets, Phil Tippett, he made all these I've made all these puppets for like every dinosaur in the movie, and now I'm basically extinct now, I'm out of a job. And then they were like, oh, no, you're still the dinosaur handler, we can still work with you. And they kind of got this like dinosaur input device thing where they can connect these little connectors to the puppet, like skeleton frame, and they would do some of the big movements of the velociraptors and stuff, and then that data would then go into the computer. So the animators who are like, I don't know actually how to make a gamma minus move or something, they would have that running cycle made by these stop motion animators. It would just look real on the computer because it's got the lighting and all that sort of real motion to it. So like do you know when the dinosaur? I saw a clip of it. Do you know when the the Velociraptor jumps on the kitchen table?
Yes.
You can see a bit of like, oh, it does look a bit stop motion-esque when it jumps on the table. There's like a little, I don't know. Just after hearing that, my brain was like, oh yeah, you can kind of see those elements to it when they took that stop motion idea and then put it into the film. What did you think of the Velociraptor kitchen scene?
Watching it back now, it made me kind of angry at how I feel Velociraptors have been dumbed down nowadays in the newer films. Because to me, they were like the scary dinosaur. Although T-Rex was like the big focus, I suppose. Those to me were like, they're the smart dinosaurs that can open doors and like do all this stuff and they're going to get you whatever happens sort of thing. They're like never going to stop chasing you. And now they've been like almost like a pet to Chris Pratt, and they've lost all of that like
fear,
mystery.
I love the when she's in the kitchen when she's trying to close the thing.
And he's looking at the reflection of her in the shiny counters. Yes, I love that. That's terrifying. The kitchen scene took 2 weeks to film. And it was,
really?
They couldn't do it for more than like 15 minutes because sometimes there was people inside the raptor costumes. And when they were in them, they had to be like downwards facing. So it was like really uncomfortable.
You can see that man's arm, can't you, when it's moving it in the background. I've seen someone zoom in. You see like when they're entering the kitchen, you can see a little arm like pull down the dinosaur's back. Like, oh.
Raptors weren't one of the dinosaurs that kids really cared about until this film.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of odd to think of that now, you know, where because of this film, it's become sort of this major variety of dinosaur.
Yeah, it would be like the T-Rex, Stegosaurus, and probably like a Brachiosaurus were like the top three. Oh, Triceratops, yeah, that people really like could identify those shaped dinosaurs sort of thing.
I remember wishing there was more herbivore dinosaur scenes, like interaction. Like, we got that really sick Triceratops, but I was like, I want it to be moving around.
How about the Dilophosaurus? Because I think when I was younger, that scene with him and Nedry was probably one of the bits where I was like, oh, I don't really like it.
Is that the spitting one?
Yes.
Yeah. Spits tar, doesn't it, in your eyes?
It's like some sort of venom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blinds you, right?
Yeah. And I think it like dulls your senses so you're like easier to eat.
Another one that's not so smart to have in a kids' park.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the electric fence wouldn't have kept that out.
Yeah, I guess start off with the herbivores, right?
Yeah.
Just spitting through the fence at the kids. I can't see anything. I think the areas, the paddocks that they were in, they were so, like they was in the T-Rex paddock for ages trying to escape, weren't they? So they had to walk through it. So that was huge.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, if you were on that little bit of road that they're on in the cars, how are you ever seeing the T-Rex?
Well, I guess it's like better zoos nowadays, too, where they try and have the terrain more like what the animals are having in the wild. And so oftentimes you'll go through an enclosure and not see anything.
I suppose that's why in the Jurassic World movies, they had those like clear ball things that they could sit in and ride around with the herbivores, so you'd actually get like a chance of seeing them.
So before we move on, this is the thing I want to talk about with dinosaurs. We can come back to it, of course, but I just want to play a little sound testing game.
Oh my god!
Of what you think. You're not going to hear the sounds, but I'm going to ask you what other animals made that type of dinosaur.
Oh, okay. Weren't most of the dinosaurs like a combination of them, though?
It was a combination. I'm going to say this is a combination of these animals. What dinosaur was it?
Oh, yeah. Okay, right, okay, I get you. You should also do like your own impression of it, I believe.
Just remember you asked for this.
Okay, I'll try. I'll do my best. Okay, but this is for Natalie. Let's go with a hard one. Okay, it uses...
Can it be open? Because I don't think I'm going to be able to guess. I don't remember the noises.
Yeah.
Just guess some dinosaur names.
Just shout them all.
Okay.
Yeah, have a little think about it. But okay, so this dinosaur uses swans, a dog, and a baby ostrich when it's happy.
It's the Dilophosaurus.
Why is that?
Because I know that the happy noise that it makes is the swan noise. That it's like a babbling almost swan. Yeah, it's definitely Dilophosaurus.
Yeah, it's right. Danielle, do you know what sound they used when he's angry? What animal? It's a reptile.
No.
Think about when the things come up and it's like shaking.
Kind of reptile.
Like when these frills come up, you mean?
When these frills come up, yeah, what kind of sound effect, what animal sound?
I don't know. Paper fan.
That's not a reptile.
That's not a reptile. No, it was a rattlesnake, because it's like, yeah.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense.
All right, okay, this is just for Danielle, you can do this one. Dolphin and a walrus, and his mate, made a sort of like noise.
A what noise?
Like a rattly kind of noise. It's like a... Yeah.
Okay, can you make it multiple choice, because I remember Triceratops.
Okay, is it the Triceratops, the T-Rex, the Velociraptor, or...
Okay, well, it's not going to be one of these other ones, because now you're thinking of other ones. You've clearly named it T-Rex.
It is not the T-Rex.
Triceratops.
Natalie, would you like to buzz in? It is not the Triceratops.
The other one.
You said it's mate, so is it the raptor?
It is the raptor, yeah. Yeah, I didn't know they used dolphins.
No, I didn't know they used... I've got one for you, David.
Okay.
What dinosaur noise was made from a whale and a donkey?
Whale and a donkey? Now it's on my end, it's hard.
Yeah.
Is this from this film or
Yeah, from this film.
A Brontosaurus.
Yeah, Brachiosaurus. I'll let you have it. But they're basically the same thing.
Oh, we're a whale and a donkey.
A whale and a donkey.
Yeah, this guy called Gary Rystrom was just like the sound designer, and he was like, I'm just going to collect as many noises as possible and just hope for the best.
Also, the sound design on that is iconic. Like, when you hear that T-Rex roar, it still now, like, almost gives you chills. Like, and they've obviously kept it throughout all the different films, that iconic roar. And it does still punch like it did back then, you know what I mean?
If you play any video game and it's got a T-Rex and it hasn't got that roar, is it a T-Rex?
Exactly. Why even bother if it hasn't got that roar?
Yeah.
I wonder if they have it, like, copyrighted or something. Like, you have to, like, pay to use.
I bet they do.
Me and you went to the Jurassic Park, like, theme park in Universal, didn't we? What did you think of that when...
It was a fun ride, and I think we lucked out that we didn't have to wait in line too long. I will say the disappointing thing was I had looked up, because I was full vegetarian at the time, and so I looked up what I could eat there, and the Jurassic...
You were Vegisaurus.
Vegisaurus, right?
Oh yeah, what the kids call it, yeah. But they had like a jackfruit pulled pork thing. So it was like a fake pulled pork that was supposed to be made out of this jackfruit, and it sounded so cool. And then we got there, and I got it, and it was so gross. Like, they didn't do it properly. It just tasted like pickled jackfruit. And I can't remember if you were a pickier eater at that point.
I think I just got burger, right?
But was it like Jurassic Park themed?
Did it look as bad as the meal in this film when they go to the restaurant after the
jelly?
The jelly? No! At the beginning of the movie, they go to like a restaurant after the raptors have eaten a cow, and the meal they're eating looks disgusting.
Like orange bits coming out of it.
It almost looks like fish fingers displayed with a bit of lettuce.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I used to think fish fingers. Yeah, we'll give you some fish fingers.
I was upset at all those, like, fancy desserts that needed to be refrigerated that the kids, like, once they get back, they start laying into. And I thought, why didn't they put those in the fridge for a while? Those would have been disgusting.
Because there's dinosaurs killing everyone.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that scene, which is also a Spielberg movie, in Hook, where they start eating the imaginary food.
Yeah.
And I was like, it really reminds me of that when he starts eating all the desserts.
That food was so gross. It looked like Play-Doh.
I know. Actually, the actor that played him, Joseph Mazzello, I think it's pronounced, he actually auditioned for Hook first as Jack, like Robin Williams' son in it. But Spielberg said he was too young and that he would cast him in something else, and then he cast him in this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Which was probably a better move, because probably more people have seen Jurassic Park than Hook.
Yeah. Apparently he said the kid was a really good actor. Like, he would listen to the sort of like direction properly and sort of like take on board suggestions, sit with Sam Neill and kind of go, right, this is how we're going to do it. And
yeah. I mean, Tim gets it worse than anybody else in this movie.
He does.
He does. he gets like stuck in a tree, gets electrocuted, like he gets stuck in the car first of all. Like he
hurts his leg.
Yeah, he gets it so much worse than everybody else.
He seemed so traumatized in that car when the car fell into the tree. I thought he was like, I'm just going to stay here. Ugh. But as far as kids go, I think in general, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, if you're more bigger Spielberg fans, but I think that's sort of a trope in his film is he's very kid friendly. Like it's kind of a family experience. Like there's always some kids that have like some good moments in it.
I feel like whatever age you watch it, there's a character that you can relate to. The opening scene is like a completely different tone of movie to the rest of the movie. That opening scene when they're delivering the raptors and that guy gets eaten, like watching that now, I'm like, this is almost like a horror film version of like Jurassic Park. And then it goes to like the jolly music like afterwards.
Like, aren't they like mining for
Amber?
That's in the next scene afterwards, when the lawyer, Gennaro, he's gone there because the family of the guy that died at the beginning are suing, so he needs to now... That's the whole reason that he's there, because they're suing because the worker got killed, so he has to go and look at how safe it is for people coming into the park.
This tells you how boring that part was, because Dave and I both completely forgot about it. Oh, really? That's interesting. Glad you touched upon the amber.
Where's the dinosaurs at?
Glad you touched upon the amber, because I looked up about the plausibility. Like, as somebody with a science background, and knowing that Michael Crichton, the writer of this, had a medical background as well, there is, like, gem of truth in it that makes it, that kind of grounds the science in this. But there's a lot that, as somebody who has a hard time shutting off the science brain when watching these things, there's a lot of holes in it. So the first thing I looked at is whether it's plausible that they could get these mosquitoes in amber. And the first really interesting thing I found, and is apparently like the thing that a lot of science-brained people have a problem with this film, is the type of mosquito they show in the amber that they're using is not a mosquito that eats blood.
Spoiled at the first hurdle.
Yeah, they pick the coolest looking mosquito, but apparently the odds of finding amber with an insect, like an intact insect in it, are 1 in 1,000, and 10% odds of finding one that actually has enough to identify what kind of insect that is. And then, being able to pull out any DNA fragments from this insect, which they make it look like they just use like a syringe to get in there.
Jam a stick in there, didn't they?
Yeah.
Got the blood, guys.
And I'm quite sure, like, they make it look like it's liquid coming out, which I think is completely implausible that it would still be liquid. But perhaps, like, the theory is that they're putting some sort of liquid in there to, like, stir up the contents and that would extract the DNA. Well,
maybe
the likelihood that they're getting like good DNA is very low. They're collecting, presumably the mosquitoes would have eaten, which is mostly red blood cells. Red blood cells don't have a nucleus. They don't have they have DNA fragments. They don't have intact DNA. And there could be like white blood cells in there which would have DNA. But apparently mosquitoes like have a rapid digestion system. So they would have already been processing the blood to break it up.
Would you go to a Jurassic Park if it was real?
Yeah, probably.
After all the films?
I'm stupid enough that I'm like, I've seen all these movies that said no, and I'm like, I'll still go.
I want to see a Campy.
I want to see those raptors. Eat a child.
If we were in a world that didn't have Jurassic Park movies, I would go to a Jurassic Park theme park. But living in a world where they've shown us how everything can go wrong, I'm not going. They would have to make like a 20th movie where it's like Jurassic Park, nothing goes bad. It's just everybody's happy and all the fun stuff happens. And then I would be like, oh yeah, that's kind of a good idea.
That you could say that with any movie. You could be like Speed, well, I'm never getting on a bus again. Like, Speed 2, I'm never gonna go on a cruise ship. Like Narnia, or I'm never gonna put my clothes away in the wardrobe. Like,
but yeah, okay. So, favourite characters then. Let's talk about. You want to talk about anything else about the Jurassic Park?
I was going to say the body count wasn't as high as I remembered.
It's only 5, right?
Yep, only 5. Which in my head, when I was thinking about it, I'm like, oh yeah, loads of people die, but actually, no, 5 people. And one of them's like the guy from the beginning that you don't even know who he is.
Like, shoot her! Oh no. What about this? Okay, before we say favourite characters, any favourite lines that you can...
Clever girl, obviously.
You've said it wrong.
Clever girl.
There we go.
Life finds a way.
I like the phones are working.
The phones are working.
Alan Grant says baby smell.
Baby smell.
Really? That's not a line I couldn't.
That
I couldn't
iconic line. Baby smell.
Baby smell.
Oh, there's Hammond saying, I really hate that man.
I really do hate that. Man.
Yeah. I've got a question. If you could save a character, who would you save?
One that dies?
Yeah, out of the 5.
Oh, okay. Name off who dies again, so I remember.
So you got Man at the beginning that gets eaten by a raptor. You got Nedry. You've got Samuel L. Jackson. You've got Muldoon, who's the raptor guy, and you've got Gennaro, the lawyer.
I vote Muldoon. I liked him.
Yeah.
If you save the guy at the start, does he then save the lawyer because the lawyer doesn't have to go?
Yeah, the butterfly effect is the lawyer never has to go there.
So I'll save the guy at the start then.
There you go.
That's 2.
Look, I feel like Jurassic Park is a big insurance risk, so the lawyer would have been going regardless.
Yeah, I'd have saved Muldoon. Like Nedry, he's never getting saved in anybody's books. He's made his bed, he's got a lie in it.
Okay, do you want to do your favourite character? Have we done that already?
Well, I think I already did mine, so I don't need to go. I said Alan Grant earlier in the podcast.
So Danielle, any favourite characters that sprung to mind?
I think originally I was going to name Jeff Goldblum because apparently I have a thing for 90s Jeff Goldblum. but as we discussed, I think I'm going to go with Ellie. I liked her. She was like part scientist, but also very human and wasn't, just like the girl that needed to be saved.
How about you, Dave?
John Hammond, because it's all his fault.
Fun John Hammond fact. They originally offered it to Sean Connery, bringing us back to League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. But he said no, thank God.
Like, I feel like Richard Attenborough is a much bigger thing in the UK than for us. Like, I know that he does voiceovers on animal shows, but is he...
Oh, that's David Attenborough.
No, that's David. That's his brother.
Oh!
Richard's different. Richard's like the actor one, and David's like the conservationist.
This is the episode where it's like the most of my intelligence with all this science stuff, and then I'm the biggest idiot on a bunch of other things. Oh wait, we're worst. We have to do worst characters because I have 2.
Oh yeah, I put Gennaro.
Mine was a tie between the kids and Hammond.
Oh, I like the kids.
Goddamn light.
Kids annoyed me. They got people in more. Ellie with her light, I think. I'm with Dave's grandfather. Ellie with
Lex
her
with
light
the light
made me very angry. Yeah. And then Hammond, like, he was just like, he wasn't thinking properly about a lot of this stuff. He just had this grand vision that was flawed in many ways.
Okay, so what do you think rating it wise? I'm going to give it a lovely old 5 out of 5 limes.
I'm also going to give it 5 out of 5 limes.
It's an amazing film.
It is.
Just can't be beat.
I gave it 3.5.
3.5!
3.5! Right, okay, explain yourself. Why?
A lot of holes in it. I didn't like a lot of the characters. I think technology-wise, it was amazing for back then. I'll give it that. If I were a kid seeing it back then, I probably would have a much higher nostalgia factor to it. It was fine for me. Clearly, I'm not quoting lines and remembering anything on it, so like I haven't rewatched this subsequent times. But it's fine. It's good.
You know what this is?
It's a movie. What?
This is the equivalent to when everyone else is saying like Back to the Future lines or Ghostbusters. Who are you going to call? And me and Nat like,
I don't know.
But I think generation wise though too, I think we'll come across this quite a bit where, again, Goonies and Back to the Future are from an age where, things were full of wonder to me, and I probably watched things over and over again, and my friends were all quoting it. And for you, it's going to be this, and there's probably going to be like some other ones that we go through that I just don't. Again, like I'm saying, it's not bad. It's a good movie.
I did wonder if I should have rated it 5 out of 5, but I couldn't bring it down. But I did think, like, nowadays, obviously, there's probably films that are better than it, but it's the the nostalgia of it. The nostalgia of when people say Jurassic Park, you're like, I love that movie straight away.
And it's completely valid.
I love her. So that's our episode done. So playing us out is Danielle with the Jurassic Park theme.
Yeah. Oh my god, what instrument have you got? A kazoo.
You told me I was doing it. Why are you doing it?
I'm getting you started.
Yeah, he's taken your limelight.
Go on then. Playing us out is Danielle with the Jurassic Park theme as we say goodbyes. So that is us for this Super Blockbusters.
Oh dear.
They keep going. So we'd like to say goodbye.
And we're going to be starting a new series next time.
Keep going, Danielle.
Oh, Danielle, don't make me cut you out, babes.
I'm this week's Gothica ghost.
Right, okay, so next week, we're not sure what we're doing next week, are we?
I think me and Danielle had an idea of what we were doing.
Well, let's keep that a surprise for the audience.
Okay,
Or
we will.
Not just a surprise. We'll probably have a guessing game on the Instagram. So head over to the Instagram, keep an eye on it, and see if you can guess what movies we're thinking of.
Yeah, there are a lot of games on the Instagram that you guys should be entertaining yourselves with.
Right, okay. See you later, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
See you next time.